Abuşimega biliyorlar yeti çaskınız var Amerika'ya miyatsal nahatnere haygagane Bari Luys. Bari Luys. Thursday night, English language. People are asking, how come you're not doing it? And I told them at certain times there were things that I have to discuss in Armenian, that's why I did it. And now, today, I'm going to talk in English because there are people who don't understand Armenian, and Armenians are not alone in this world, so there are other people who like to know about the Armenian identity. The Tournament of Roses, I'm sure everybody knows about it. It's been over 125 years, and this next one coming January 1st, 2015 is the 126th Tournament of Roses, where in the city of Pasadena, the rose floats will be on Colorado Boulevard, and everybody will celebrate the new year. And as usual, every nationality and every culture has been presented there, except the Armenian culture and American Armenians. So fortunately, this year in 2014, a group of some 9 Armenians came together and formed the American Armenian Rose Float Association, which is a non-profit organization, and its sole purpose and mission is to have an Armenian float every year from now on during the Tournament of Roses Rose Parade in Pasadena. I know everybody's questioning why now, why doing this, why spending that much money. Actually, it's not that much. Armenians have wasted so much money in so many other things that hasn't benefited anything. This is only a $300,000 project, which 3,000 people in the world can give $100, and the celebration of Armenian culture could be presented to over 1 billion people in the globe. So, my dear fellow viewers, here you see the American Armenian Rose Float Association Inc.'s logo, which was designed by yours truly, Stepan Partamyan. And our mission, as I said, was to present an Armenian float. This year, we were accepted by the Tournament of Roses as an official entry to the 126th Tournament of Roses parades, one of the float. This Saturday, we will be unveiling the design of the float in a very small 200 people event where some dignitaries and government officials will be present, and we will be unveiling that beautiful design, which I know about it, but you guys don't. But Monday, during this show, I will present to you what the float will look like. And I guarantee you, all the people who think outside of the box will love it. And all the people who think within the box will not understand anything. But that's common. You can't anticipate majority of the people to understand what is about their ability and capacity of understanding what it is. But I assure you and I guarantee you, it is a celebration of the Armenian identity. It is a celebration of the Armenian culture. It is a celebration of our existence on this planet. Yes, we Armenians love all tragedies, but you know, on a daily basis, the new generation is becoming more and more proud of the positive things that Armenians have done and will do. So, when somebody walks to me and says, how come you're spending that much money and you're not sending it to Syria? Or you're not sending it to Armenia? I say, I'm just spending, out of the 10 billion people's ability to give money, only 3,000 people who would give $100. You know what? I know that there are over 7 billion people on a daily basis of Armenian heritage who spend over $100 each night for their leisure and pleasure, without any concern on what's happening in the other communities. Even within those communities who have the hardship, there are people who are enjoying life. So, I would like Armenians to start thinking in the positive way. Remember, a long time ago I had a show about how on April 24, 2015, I would like to see the Armenian mentality change from a negative approach of everything to a positive approach. The Tournament of Roses this year has designated as a theme for the float inspiring stories. And as all of you know, some of my books are about how American Armenians have inspiring stories, who have contributed to humanity beyond the Armenian race, even to the Turkish people. So now, this year's float has nothing to do with the Armenian genocide issue. Okay? The Armenian genocide issue, everybody's gonna commemorate it or celebrate it, whichever way you guys want to put it, on April 24th. This is the first day of the year 2015, January 1st. We will be celebrating the American Armenian experience at large, because the inspiring stories are related to the American Armenians and to the American people, because the Tournament of Roses happens here in America. And secondly, it is the celebration of the new year. There's nothing wrong of not celebrating or celebrating. We choose to celebrate this year. Just like every year, I guarantee you there'll be so many events celebrating the new year because people have to make money. It's a way of income for certain people. In this situation, the American Armenian Rose Float Association is a non-profit organization. Every money that comes in is accounted for, and you know what? None of the Armenian organizations, profit or non-profit, have done what we will be doing. Starting next month, on our webpage, you will see every bank statement from February, the month that we were established, of this year. After the commercial break, I will come back and tell you Bari Luys.
Have you protected him? Have you protected her? Look safe. Don't leave him hanging. Have you put real thought into his future? Have you protected your kid's future? Let's create a trust. Assign them a guardian to protect his future. Contact Dare Parsegian Law Group. We are here to help.
Էնսինոյում գտնվող Terrace Restaurant and Lounge-ը միջին արևելյան ճաշարանների բազմությունից առանձնանում է լավագույն լիբանանյան խոհանոցով։ Ճաշարանի շքեղ բացօթյա սրահը անկրկնելի է բուրավետ հուկա վայելելու եւ միջին արևելյան ախորժալի խորտիկները ճաշակելու համար։ Ուրբաթ եւ շաբաթ կենթանի նվագախումբը, DJ-ն ու գեղեցկուհի պարուհիները ձեր ժամանցը կհամեմեն միջերկրական կրքոտրիկներով։ Ճաշարանը բաց է շաբաթը 6 օր, ճաշին եւ ընթրիքին։ Անմահական ուտեստներ, անկրկնելի միջավայր։ Terrace Restaurant and Lounge։ 25 տարի համայնքի հետ, համայնքի համար։ 25 տարի շարունակ Հորիզոն հեռուստատեսությունը արձագանքել է ժամանակի պահանջներին ու բավարարել ամենատարբեր նախընտրությունների հեռուստադիտողին։ Հորիզոնը մշտապես ներկայացրել է հայ համայնքի քաղաքական, մշակութային, հասարակական ներուժը, բարձրաձայնելով հայի կարծիքն ու դիրքորոշումը։ Հավատարիմ իր առաքելությանը, Հորիզոնը Հարավային Կալիֆոռնիայի հայ համայնքին առաջարկում է անվճար կապուղիների միջոցով լինել հայոց աշխարհի իրադարձությունների կիզակետում։ Արդիականացման աշխատանքներից հետո Հորիզոնն այսօր արդեն եթերում է 10.6 հաճախականությամբ։ Մեզ միանալու համար անհրաժեշտ է ընդամենը մեկ ամենասովորական ալեհավաք։ Հաջորդ քայլով միացնում եք ալեհավաքը հեռուստացույցի համապատասխան մուտքին։ Հեռակառավարման վահանակի վրա սեղմում եք որոնող կոճակը եւ 10.6 ալիքի միջոցով հայտնվում եք գիտակրթական, տեղեկատվական, հանրամատչելի, ժամանցային ու որն ամենակարևորն է, տեղական բազմազան հեռուստահաղորդումների հորձանուտում։ Հորիզոն հեռուստատեսությանն անվճար միանալու համար անհրաժեշտ է ընդամենը մեկ հպում։ Տեխնիկական հարցերի համար կարող եք դիմել 818 403 95 հեռախոսահամարով եւ մենք կօգնենք ձեզ դառնալու մեր հեռուստադիտողը։ Պահպանեք լավագույն ավանդույթները։ Միացեք Հորիզոնին։ Central Optometry կենտրոնն ու Board Certified ակնաբուժ Սոնա Սիրունյանը առաջարկում են ակնաբուժական ծառայությունների լայն ցանկ, այդ թվում աչքի ընդհանուր քննություն, ակնային հիվանդությունների ախտորոշում եւ բուժում։ Աչքերի չորության բուժման համար այստեղ կիրառվում է շրջանում միակը հանդիսացող Lipi Flow բարձրորակ սարքավորում, մանկական ակնաբուժական ծառայություններ եւ այլն։ Central Optometry-ն առաջարկում է նաև contact լենզերի եւ հայտնի պիտակների օպտիկական ակնոցների լայն ընտրանի։ Central Optometry կյանքին նայեք առողջ եւ գեղեցիկ աչքերով։
Bari Luys. As a society, we do have some traditions that are imposed on us or we create them as time passes by. Just this month, June, I'm sure all of you had somebody who graduated from a school, from a high school, kindergarten, or a university. And I'm sure so many of you have celebrated the graduation of your loved one at the same time when there was a war in Syria or where Armenians were thrown out of some of the towns in Syria, in Iraq. And again, our concern is only Armenians. We don't care about the rest of the people who were thrown out of the same locations because we are Armenians. Yeah, but at the same time, I think the concern should be for humanity. But again, coming back, did you guys celebrate a graduation of your loved ones? Your kid, your brother, your sister, even your mother could have gone to school and graduated. So in a social behavior, you are celebrating the success, the positive aspect of what has happened to your loved one. And at the same time, there you could have another loved one who lives in Syria, in Kesab, in Aleppo, or Mosul in Iraq, or in the future, it's going to be Jordan, Jerusalem, Beirut, and other Middle Eastern cities. Yet you are away here in the US, you will celebrate your kid's PhD doctorate degree, you will celebrate your husband's promotion of a job, you will celebrate the success of your business who has made money to yourself. So, it is ironic to see some Armenians blame others, why are you doing this or that? Just this year, so many Armenian organizations purchased properties to do business with. Nobody said, why are you purchasing those properties? Send that money to Syria and other places where there is war. So the whole understanding of being there for your fellow Armenian is kind of hypocritic, my loved ones. Sirelineras, and not Jana. So coming back to what I'm talking about today, the American Armenian Rose Float Association will unveil the design of the float that will celebrate the Armenian culture and the American Armenian experience with its inspiring stories this year. This Saturday we're unveiling it, and January 1st the float will be on Colorado Boulevard. And as a tradition, this will be the new tradition of the positive outlook towards our existence and celebration of us existing in this throughout the history. With all the atrocities that has happened to us, we have prevailed and we have succeeded and we have celebrated on our individual achievements. So here is a collective achievement, a positive one. It is much different but more powerful than any demonstration that's conducted. When you demonstrate on April 24th and you spend over $100,000 for nothing, that is only the Armenian mentality of "Menk pammaring," we did something. But when energy is wasted without gaining anything, that we did something becomes as equal as the number 0. I assure you, based on my past experiences and based on the common logical explanation of what will happen, the Armenian identity and the Armenian name will be uttered within some few 100 million people amongst the 1 billion people who will witness that Armenian American or American Armenian float going down on Colorado Boulevard. So my fellow Armenians who are just thinking about Chigareli, it cannot be, why are we doing this? Question yourselves. Why aren't you doing something? So many of you who are blaming the American Armenian Rose Float Association as this is money wasted. I guarantee you, you guys are wasting more money with your different projects or your personal gains in purchasing properties for your own wealth. You're just a human being. You just need to eat 3 times a day, sleep at night, go to the restroom once or twice a day based on your age. It could be more. And then live a life. Why do you need a house that's worth $1 million or $800,000? You can just rent an apartment and live there for $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. You're going to live for the next 20, 25 years as an elderly person who are you blame because you're the most logical one. You're going to spend $100,000. So sell your property of $1 million, have that $200,000 put aside so that you can live the next 50 years without working, doing anything, and then give that $800,000 to the cause that you think that you need to rebuild something right now. Haven't we learned from our history that every time we were kicked out of a land, we went back and rebuilt it, and then they kicked us again? Just like KSAP, 100 years ago it happened right now, and it will happen in the near future again. Because as you know, if you analyze the political situation in Middle East, you know that there is definitely a big change, and not to our favor, to the people who have gods. You know, they say Allahu Akbar, you say Astvaz Meds. You say Astvaz, they say Allah. Or you say God, you say Astvaz, you say Allah. And then you fight each other in the name of that mighty, invisible character. So stay tuned after the commercial break. I'll come and explain to you the positiveness of what the American Armenian Rose Float will bring to the general population who's watching that parade, and in particular, the pride in your kids. Bari Luys.
Սննդարար, համեղ եւ հաճելի։ Ներկայացնում ենք դամավանդ անարատ թարմ մածունը։ Այն ունի բնական թթվաշ համ եւ հագեցած է ակտիվ պրոբիոտիկներով։ Դամավանդ սարի բուրմունքն ու թարմությունը կրող այս մածունը անփոխարինելի է նաեւ խոհարարության մեջ։ Օգտագործեք այն կերակուր պատրաստելիս։ Իդեպ եփելիս այն երբեք չի կտրվում։ Դամավանդ, համեղ, թթվաշ։ Իսկական մածուն։ Վաճառվում է բոլոր նպատակներում։
Բովարդիա բանկետ հալ, շքեղ վերակառուցված խնջույքների սրահ 250 հոգու համար, ընդարձակ պարհրապարակ, գուններ լուսավորում, համեղ ճաշեր, ընտիր խմիչքներ և ժամանցի սենյակ երեխաների համար։ Գրանցեք ձեր հաջորդ առիթը այս սրահում։ Բովարդիա
LABK Services հաստատությունը առաջարկում է սննկացման, bankruptcy-ի հայտարարագրման ծառայություններ, դիմումների ամբողջական լրացում 1 ցածր արժեքով, $399 գումարած արձանագրության պետական վճարումը, bankruptcy-ի դիմելու դյուրին ընթացք, ժամանակի ու դրամի խնայողություն։ Մենք երաշխավորում ենք սննկացման գործընթացի գաղտնապահությունը, bankruptcy-ի հետ կապված բոլոր հարցերով դիմեք LABK Services գրասենյակ։
Հոմենետմենի նավասարդյան 39-րդ մարզախաղեր և փարադոն։ Դեղի պիտի ունենա հուլիսի 2-5 Birmingham High School-ի մեջ։ Մասնակցությամբ Հոմենետմենի 300 մարզական խումբերու, 3200 մարզիկներու և 1100 սկաուտներու։ Փարադոնը պիտի ջոխացնեն քաղաքի սիրված երգիչները։ Միացեք մեզի վայելելու ընտանեկան մդերնիկ մթնոլորտ և համդեսելու ավանդական համաթամ ջաշեր։ Ձեր մասնակցությամբ կաչալերեցեք Հոմենետմենի լայնածավալ գործունեությունը։
As you witnessed the last commercial, it is a celebration of an athletic games that for the last 39 years has become a tradition. So there you go. You can celebrate life at the same time when there is a war in another country and fellow Armenians are there suffering. Since the beginning of time, the same thing has happened. If you believe in the Bible, which I don't believe in, you know about Noah's Ark situation. Some 6 to 8 people survived with millions of animals, and then millions of people died, suffered. So you're celebrating Noah's history. At the same time, you're denying the atrocities that happened to the remaining of the population on planet Earth, if that was the case. So please be more logical when you guys say that the American Armenian Rose Float Association should not collect money to put afloat, and it's a waste of money to spend on flowers on that day. Look at it from this perspective. When your kid, not you, when your kid looks at the television, or he or she is present on Colorado Boulevard, and among all those 40 floats passing by, they see something that their DNA will identify as theirs. You cannot bring that joy to your kid with the billions of dollars that you have in your banking account to make them happy. You know what? It is out of their reach of understanding what has happened to them, because their DNA that's inside, and it has nothing to do with God, will be attracted to what's going to be passed in front of them. So here is one positive thing that will make your kids be proud of their identity. Secondly, you know how we always claim that we are the best of everything, yet in the last 20, 25 years, we have become the crooks, the criminals. Why? Because the Soviet Union, the Iron Curtain came down, and so many Armenians migrated from Armenia to here. And now you guys are going to tell me that I am pinpointing on a certain faction of the community. Well, if it is a reality, then accept it and move on. Let's accept the faults that we have, and let's work on it to become a positive thing. Change those mentality of the Soviet era way of doing things to this country's way of doing things that we have enjoyed. I've been here for almost 32 years. I came from Lebanon with a different mentality. Today, I am a logical person. And it is because the environment. Because I chose to find out what is true and what is not, instead of just sitting in the hypocritical society that we are only the best. So here, during the Tournament of Roses, you're going to see how one of the highest ranking Armenians will be in the US government, will be riding on that float as pinpoint of the Armenian-American experience is very crucial to the American society. When Armenians have contributed to society at large, they didn't contribute because they want to help the fellow Armenians. They wanted to contribute to society. And here we can claim that as the Armenian DNA providing to the general public a positive outlook. Unfortunately, today we are just a bunch of crooks. Yeah, you might be mad at me right now. It's your right to be mad because you're listening to me with your heart, your emotions. You're not listening to me within your ears that goes to your brain and you can evaluate what I'm saying. So, as your Christian faith tells you, accept what is wrong and accept your fault, so your God will accept you in the eternal life in heaven. Because every Armenian is going to heaven, no matter you're a crook, murderer, or whatever. Since you're an Armenian, you're going to heaven. Why? Because we're the first Christian people on the planet. Who cares? So, now you need to accept that we are trying to have a damage control situation. You can't just deny the reality of the bad connotation with the word Armenian in today's society. I know. Stepan, why are you talking like this in English? Why everybody listen to you? What is this? Amot kezi. Now everybody is going to know. See, that's how blind individuals we are. Don't you know that the whole society knows about what we've been doing? Just recently, 2 weeks ago, there was an arrest of 2 young men, 22 years old and 28 years old, with identity theft. Yes, other races and nationalities are doing it. But you know what? They accept that they're doing it. The issue with us is that we don't accept we're doing it, yet we are doing it. I am not doing it. But when you are doing it, it presents my identity with the negative. So I am forced to do something positive. In my regular life, I do lots of things positive. But now, because of you doing something negative, I have to override your negativeness and present more and more positive thing that the Armenian culture has brought to the human experience on planet Earth. Just a joke on the side here. You know, planet Earth had no humans living on it. And then your biblical story of Adam and Eve, I mean, it's ridiculous. How many of their 2 boys screwed their mother to have this, how many billion people? I have a better story. I mean, since you guys believe in fairy tales, I have a better fairy tales. Aliens brought humans to planet Earth. And you know who were the aliens? Armenians. They brought Armenians to planet Earth. That's why Armenians are the oldest DNA and the oldest language on this planet. And we are enjoying it. But nowadays we have some people who are trying to destroy that identity. Let's work together and let's have a better understanding of our proud individual achievements as Armenians. On Monday, I'll let you see the picture of the Tournament of Roses, the American Armenian Rose Float Association. Till then, whoever understands me, billions of Bari Luys. Whoever doesn't, please stay tuned as much as you can, because I will give you just one Bari Luys. Աբուշիմեգը պիտի լաս, եթե չհասկնաս, որ Ամերիկայի Միացյալ Նահանգները հայկական է, Bari Luys։